Hey, what's up guys, my name's Faststorm, welcome to another RPG Maker tutorial. And I am here to celebrate that my indoor doors tutorial has just reached 1,000 views and has a very positive like-dislike ratio. Now someone's gonna ruin it, but that's not really the point here. The point is, we're getting back into the tutorial straight away after a very long hiatus, and we are going with an easy one to start us off, which is the Hermit Social Link, or the Shrine Fox, which will restore MP to the entire party. Or in this case, there's two variants. One variant will consist of the entire party, while the other will consist of the active party, which is more closely related to its original source. Also, there are no plugins required for this one. That's all you should know. Anyways, with that said, we shall now begin the tutorial. Alright, it is time to go over some of the specifics that we'll be needing for this tutorial. Let's go over our variables first. We have 10 variables here, but technically you only really need like at least 3. You'll need 1 variable per actor so that we can easily record. Okay, technically you can just take 1 variable and use it for all the actors, but for this tutorial and organization purposes, we'll be using 1 per actor so we can easily examine each individual value, I guess. But anyways, we'll be using this particular variable to find the value of each respective actor's maximum MP, then subtracting it by their current MP, so that we'll have the missing MP, which we will be multiplying with the gold per MP, which we will be using, so we can have a price per MP. But no, the total price needed for restoring MP. We also have the total missing MP variable, but this is just gonna add up all of these MP values, and it's gonna, technically that's the variable that's gonna be multiplying with the gold per MP variable. These other 3 aren't really important. One of them is just for mimicking the Hermit Social Link itself. One of them is for organization purposes, and we'll just be taking the total missing MP value and then multiplying the gold per MP value, but storing it in its own separate variable. And the gold amount, if you want to just show the gold amount on screen, then you don't technically need the variable, but for simplicity's sake, we can just show this particular variable in the message window so we can display it for the player's convenience. We also have this auto run event. This auto run event will set the gold per MP to be 65, which I guess it isn't really the default in Persona 4. Technically it's 60, isn't it? But this will be going down every time we talk to the Chicken of Destruction, which we will be going over next. This chicken is very interesting. Every time you pet it, the price of each MP point, well, since the original 65, each time it's going to reduce by 5, up to about 15, I think. Not much to say about that one. And we also have the bat and the ghost, which simply reduce a certain party member or party member's MP. The bat will reduce the slime's MP by 100, while the ghost actually reduces the entire party's MP by 100. With that said, it is time to go to the complicated stuff, so let's go to the cat and the dog. Alright, it's time to go over the cat and the dog, which I should mention in case I forgot. The dog will be restoring the MP of the entire party, while the cat will be restoring the MP of the active party. Although I guess my preview was there, but not everyone has watched the preview, so might as well explain it here. Alright, let's go over the dog first. Any comments in the event page that I forget to mention will be there in the comments in case I do forget it. Just so we're clear there. Alright, it's just gonna play a sound effect. And we're gonna set the total missing MP and the total price to 0 so that we can reset it upon starting the event page. And then we'll be having a conditional event to check if Runefire is in the party. Because if Runefire is in the party, we'll be checking Runefire's maximum MP, subtracting the current MP of Runefire, and adding that value to the total missing MP variable. And basically we'll be doing that for every single other party member. At the end here, if the total missing MP is equal to 0, we won't be needing healing at all, so nothing really needs to happen. However, if it's usually actually, greater than 0. We'll be taking the total price. Well, the total price, again, is not required. You can just multiply the total missing MP by the gold per MP. But the total price will be equal to the total missing MP value in this first event command, and will be multiplied by the gold per MP. And the gold amount variable will be checking the game data for the amount of gold the party actually has at the moment. And then it'll prompt a question asking if you want to restore your MP. Obviously, if you refuse, nothing actually happens. But if you do accept, then it'll do your typical gold shenanigans, and if you don't have enough money, then you can't obviously use the feature. But if you do have enough money, then the entire party's MP will be restored by 9,999, and Recover All won't be able to be used because Recover All actually restores HP as well, which is kind of unfortunate, but we'll have to make do with what we have. Besides that, we also have this chicken warp event, but to be honest, it's just for demonstration purposes, because we do not want to talk to the chicken, or I have to remember to not talk to the chicken before talking to the dog or the cat events. Speaking of the cat event, let's go to the cat, which any comments will explain any differences made between the dog and the cat events respectively. The cat being the more difficult version. We'll be skipping all the way down to here, which instead of using the conditional event that checks if the actor is in the party as a whole, we'll be using the script that will actually check if the actor's in the current party, or the active party, which will be the ones going into the battle and stuff. But besides that, nothing really changes. You'll have to input the actor ID, where this 1 is. For Runefire, it's ID 1. For Herald, it's ID 2. So on and so on. Besides that, we have to use the same conditional branches once more because, well, otherwise we might be accidentally restoring the MP of everyone in the party, which we do not want. So anyone who's in the active party, and we do the same gold shenanigans. We have enough gold, we're able to pay the price. We'll be giving 9,999 MP to anyone who's in the active party. Also, this actually does work with any plugin that reduces the party from 4. So if you have 3 active party members, it should still work. Just so that's out of the way, which is what this comment is saying. With that said, let's go into the demonstration. Alright, I am re-recording this because in case I said anything in the previous recording that did not need to be said again, I guess. I'm doing this over anyways. Alright. So at the beginning, we obviously have the 65 gold. Well, actually, okay, it's not obvious because we can't actually see it yet, but 65 gold is set to the price per MP at the beginning of, well, on startup. We'll be opening this chest to get 300,000 gold, though if we talk to the Dog of Time immediately, there will be no need to ask for healing. If we talk to the Bat, we can definitely change that, but Slime's MP will be reduced by 100, which, by the way, we have a Slime in our party. We also have an Orc in our party. I should have probably showed that off earlier, but also I'm gonna lower the background music, because why not? Now that the Slime actually has 100 MP taken off, we can actually use 6,500 gold to restore the party's MP to full, but I'm not gonna do that because we're gonna reduce Slime's MP even more. Now it's gonna cost 19,500, which I guess we're gonna do. Quite expensive, but we can always talk to the Chicken of Destruction, which will reduce our price by a little bit each time it's pet. So it was originally 19,500. Talk to the Dog of Time again after talking to the Bat 3 more times. It will now cost 15,000, which we could ask for healing immediately. Actually, we probably are. Let's do that. Let's just do that right now. My bad. We can always talk to the cat, but it's not really a need for it right now. Okay, we're gonna be talking to this ghost, which will reduce the party's MP by 300. Every party member, by the way, has the same max MP for simplicity. But anyways, they've all reduced their MP by 300. I guess that's self-explanatory. If we talk to the dog, let's see how much it costs. 75,000. However, if we talk to the cat, it only costs 60,000. This is not because the cat has a discount, but rather it only restores the first 4 party members. Or if you wanted to, you could have it so it only restores your active party of 3 members. Which now it'll still cost 45. Well, it didn't still cost. It reduced to 45,000 in price. However, the dog will still ask for 75,000 gold to pay for the entire party. Which we're gonna talk to the cat so that we can make sure that it actually works. The cat's being a lot more true to its source material, to its tutorial source material. And as you can see, the slime and the orc have not gotten their MP restored. But if we if we talk to the cat once more, it'll say there's no need to ask for healing. However, if we change our party around so that we had slime and orc in our party, we'll be able to restore MP once more. By using more gold, we'll be able to restore slime and the orc's MP. With that said, this long demonstration is over, and we can go to the outro, I suppose. Alright, that's it for today's episode. Thank you guys so much for watching. Yeah, problems occurred in the previous recordings of the tutorial, which was very unfortunate. It had to be delayed a few days. I apologize for anyone who was expecting it a lot earlier and wanted it to arrive a bit earlier, but unfortunately, due to me not checking the recordings, problems have occurred. But anyways, let's talk some other stuff. Over the hiatus of tutorials, I have been playing Persona 4 Golden, which prompted me to learn about the Hermit Social Link in itself. Which is why I'm able to do this tutorial and probably more Persona 4 tutorials in the future. Don't count on it, but I will try my best. Also, next tutorial will be one that I have promised to do. And unfortunately, I still don't know if I can do it to the best of my ability that I promised earlier. I'll do my best, but I'll probably have to make some draft or multiple tutorial previews. Which is unfortunate, actually. With that said, this tutorial is now over. I apologize if any recording after the intro recording sounded odd, because the intro recording was the only one that was kept from the original recordings. Because, well, yeah. With that said, the tutorial is now over. See you guys, and stay safe.